Ever looked down at an empty food wrapper and thought, wow, I ate the whole thing. Really? That was Luann. She was working on a project, tired, stressed, and pushing through. And somewhere between the deadline and trying to get that dopamine hit in order to finish, she ate the entire bag of Oreos. She didn't taste them. She didn't enjoy them. She didn't even remember eating them. And she felt sick afterwards. And here's the thing. It wasn't really about the Oreos. She was saying yes to work she no longer enjoyed. She was talking to people that she dreaded having those conversations. Her commitments were draining her. She was filling her calendar. Her body was saying, these things make me feel empty. If you've ever found yourself halfway through a bag of chips, my specialty, a to-do list, or a day full of yeses you didn't mean or want, this is the episode for you. Because nourishment isn't just about what's on your plate. It's about what you consume all day through your body, your mind, your senses, your choices, the people you surround yourself with. Today, we're actually talking about real nourishment, not just what you eat, but what you take in, absorb, and actually feel. So let's dive in. Tracy ate on the run. Whatever, wherever, protein snacks, bars of any kind, drive-through. She barely noticed what she was eating, and she never really felt satisfied. She wasn't overeating because she lacked willpower. She wasn't overeating because she was overeating because her body hadn't even registered that she had a meal. We made one small change. Regardless of where she ate or what she ate, she had to put everything on her food. And before she took bite number one, she had to look at it. She had to smell what it was that she was going to be eating. She engaged all 5 of her senses. In other words, you see how the food looks. You then smell the food. Sometimes if you're cooking, you can hear it, or when you take that bite and you have the crunch associated with it, or maybe it's soft, that's the tactile sensation. And then, of course, being able to chew it and taste what it's like. And the tip here is, like with her, she was able to slow down in eating and actually really enjoy what it was that she ate. Tracy changed a few things, and this was it. And it made a difference. Even if she ate food, fast food, she treated it like it mattered. She ate less. She made better choices because she was paying attention to how her body felt after she ate it and whether or not she felt satisfied. So the tip here is to use all 5 senses when you eat. Your body isn't just hungry for calories. It's hungry for presence and for you to be present while you're eating. Let's talk about movement. And movement is not a punishment. It's actually nourishment for your body. There's a difference between exercising to burn something off and moving because it brings you back to life. It makes you feel again. You notice how your body feels when you take that step, or when you lift that weight, or when you use your racket to hit that ball. Or for me, when I put on my tango shoes and I'm dancing, it's all about how you feel, that nourishment, the strength that you have, the way that you feel your body. And that's the important thing when you're doing movement, is to feel what's going on in your body, to notice how you're thinking, what you're thinking about. All of those kinds of things make a difference. And it might be that your movement activity for the day is picking something up off of the floor and saying, yeah, I can stretch. Let's see how I can do that core workout when I lift up. Or better one yet is engage the core before you push the door open. These are little things that you can do. But the question for you to ask is, what kind of movement is going to nourish me today? When you treat movement like it's a gift and not a task, everything changes. The third part I want to talk about, mental nourishment. Your brain needs novelty. You have a mental fog, it's not just hormones. There are other things going on. If your brain is underfed, then it doesn't work well. It needs to have creativity and curiosity and play. And it doesn't have to be anything super dramatic. It might be that you drive a different way to wherever you're going. It might be you watch a foreign film. For me, the novelty is I pick something different to dance to, something that I would not typically use to move. Whatever it is, and it might be you take a language. It might be that you decide you're going to go to a different library, or you go to an art museum, or maybe you go to a different restaurant. Feed your brain something fresh every day. Even 5 minutes of newness can really help your brain and help keep you alive and that spark going. Soul nourishment. And here's where we're going to check for the aftertaste. Soul nourishment is what you say yes to and how it feels afterwards. So you can ask yourself, when I say yes to this, do I feel energized? Do I instantly feel tired? And you can check this in your body. It's something that you're excited to do, or is it something like, so when you feel the shoulders rounding and basically you're caving in, you're dreading it. You don't want to do it. But for some reason, you're saying yes. Look at the conversations that you have, people that you talk to. When you leave that conversation, do you feel drained, or do you feel like you, or do you feel happier? For many of us in midlife, we say yes to things out of habit or guilt, but your body knows first. So here's the tip. Start watching for the aftertaste, so to speak, of your choices. Then pause before you say yes and ask, how does my body feel about this? Did my jaw get tight? Did my stomach tighten up? That's a no. If you took a deep breath, your shoulders relax, or there's that soft smile, this is a yes. This is an activity that definitely you and your body are looking forward to. Now let's talk about rest as nourishment. And actually, you can think of rest as the palate cleanser. Rest isn't lazy, it's essential. It's where we incorporate all of the things that have happened during the day and over our lifetime into something that's concrete. Think of rest as a palate cleanser for your nervous system. Without rest, even joy becomes noisy. So the tip here is to build in a 90-second reset in between tasks. That can be breathing. It can be just looking off into the distance. It can be closing your eyes. I have a client who was in a corporate environment. She goes to the ladies' room, goes in a stall, shuts the door, and just breathes. And she comes out when she's ready. So let your silence be sacred. Rest helps you taste the good parts of your life. And the final thing is, let the nourishment land. You've eaten, you've walked, breathed, connected. But did you let it land? Are you rushing from one healthy thing to another? Did you miss the part where your body actually receives the information and the activity? After a nourishing moment, pause. Say, that felt good. More of that, please. That's the moment of acknowledgement that tells your system, we're safe. This matters. So in closing, I want you to think about these few things, what you can do. You can ask yourself, what am I feeling in my body, in my mind, in my soul? Am I actually receiving any of it? You don't need rules. You need connection, more curiosity, more presence. You don't need to feed better food. You just need to, or you might need to feed better food. But what you need is, let's pick it up from closing reflection. So in closing, ask yourself, what am I feeding my body? What am I feeding my mind? What am I feeding my soul? And once you've answered those questions, say, am I actually receiving any of it? You don't need more rules. You need more curiosity, more presence, more connection. You don't need just better food for all of those. You need a life that feeds you. That's it for our episode today. From An Ageless Life, the Midlife Reset. That's it for this reset. Grab your free gift, your midlife superpower, 5 simple power moves to feel like yourself again. The link is anagelesslife.com/superpower. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
I'm Michelle Abraham, founder of High Vibe Podcast Network, and we're honored to have Diana Debbie's show, Midlife Reset, as part of our network family. For more inspiring shows like this one, visit highvibepodcastnetwork.com. And don't forget to grab your free gifts from our hosts in the gift vault. Stay high vibe and keep sharing your life.